stone, nice and firm.
Ah, sir, you're here. The 7 kites you
Whoa,
asked for
7?
have been made to order. Would you...
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life.
Well, this is Mr. Zhang Li from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well versed in all these walks of... We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him. He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else. But there is more to it than that. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years, and there is meaning behind that. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia. As for the kite that honors...
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before.
Shh.
Huh?
Why are we saying shh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro-Archon.
What is she doing?
These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom in the passage of time. All this on a single kite. Truly astonishing. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame. As does that which the Cryo-Archon once...
Yeah, I sometimes end up walking against a wall too
Yes.
myself.
The compliments of a learned man truly are pleasant.
Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
Well, allow me.
Hey, it's Child!
No, I was merely passing through. I see Mr. Zhang Li's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet. He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen to him. Or perhaps, you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
Yeah.
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before moving to the next step in our preparations. The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhang Li do the bargaining, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment.
More opportune moments. Find the 3 workers. There's one over here. Hello, worker.
Hiring help?
Adventure?
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve
15,000
adventurer.
Mora.
Never mind.
A most fair price.
Now let's negotiate. I only have 50,000 more on here. How about... He doesn't look happy right now. He looks mad at me. Let me... Here, 5,000 Moira.
That won't do, I'm afraid. It's too little. Too little, I say.
Monka S. Okay. 569. Oh, 69.
That won't do, I'm afraid. It's too little. Too little, I say.
That took like an entire heart down. He does not like 69. What about 12,461?
5 geocrystal flies. Yes, I do think it's worth about this much. I'll do it.
5 geocrystal flies? I don't know what that means, but okay.
Let me tell you how.
Alright, next worker.
Hero's really
A full day of odd jobs at Juun Terrace. No problem. 25,000 per day. A fair
25,000.
trade, yes?
Whoa, that's expensive. Could you give us a bit of a discount on account of the whole Hero of Mondstadt thing?
Hero of Mondstadt? Never heard of them.
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless.
What about 1,500,625? Damn, that took down as a move.
That's too little. Hardly a fair price.
I paid the other guy like something like that. Dude, they're trying to rip me off here. I need like money for the other guy too.
This is too little.
Damn it! Fine, I'll give you. I can't give you 1,919.
This price will do. No loss to me for a day's work.
Well, the last guy better be happy with the price. 'Cause,
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100% effort into everything I do. Of course, there'll be a premium, so what's the job?
just give me 100%. I don't need 110%.
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Juun Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects,
Fetch me
so I didn't make
50
any
tree
special
branches and
preparations
20
for them.
stacks of timber.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 mora for a single trip. How does that sound?
20,000? I don't have that much.
Done.
This is all you got? Then no can do. Child? No. He's putting up the money? Oh, still no. Wouldn't that mean I have to make 2 trips rather than 1? How about this? Let's make a trade. I'll take what you're offering right now, get me a single Chinxin flower, and I'll consider that payment for a detour to find this.
Guess we've got no
Guess
choice.
we have no choice. It's probably something that always happens like that.
Have you brought the good? Hey, that's pretty good. At least with this Chinxin flower, I should be able to pacify my daughter tonight. I'll make sure the work is done before I return home.
He's going to pacify his daughter tonight? I do not want to know what he's going to do with his daughter tonight. That is so wrong on so many levels. Yeah, Alyssa. Where were you last night?
finished
Ah,
then?
don't worry, my
Splendid.
dad
Any
pacified me
leftover
last
cash
night.
is yours to keep. A favor for the fatigues
I
should never go unrewarded.
we just pacified.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
Half an hour.
What info do you need? Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after? Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a sudden.
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy in all of... Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus Mora. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
Oh. What should I try this time?
Oh, I turn off sticky keys, yes. And I can press shift key on all my heart's content. I want to have this cosplay. It's kind of cool.
Everyone has their limits.
I had no energy. I died. No, I won't be down here. Can I make it with my current energy bar? I probably can't make it. I'm just gonna not be able to jump up. Go.
Huh. The reception is deserted. And it seems kinda spooky in here. Hello? Is anybody there?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
A ghost!
Huh? Did you hear that? Where did it come from?
The reception, it seems.
How about you go check it out and...
I don't want to go check it out. Sounds like there's a ghost there. Aw, it's a kid. Hi.
Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach the counter.
Is she a zombie?
Ah, Paimon thinks you might be right. Look at the talisman on her forehead.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am Chi-Chi. Once upon a time, Chi-Chi died. Then, Chi-Chi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Chi-Chi is a zombie.
Such a nonchalant delivery for a bombshell revelation. Do zombies also count as this one?
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense. It's not a controlled substance.
Chi-Chi can get your medicine. But only if you show Chi-Chi your prescription. These are
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own
I
orders
need
to
this
herself.
character. I know this is a character you can get, and I need her.
My dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
Okay then.
How did you manage that?
But Chi-Chi helps you. You help Chi-Chi. Only fair.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way everybody wins. Sometimes in Liyue, the
Mental
art...
Go to Mount
gymnastics.
Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt
A
a Coco
Coco
Goat.
Goats.
Please and thank you.
Guizhong Ballista. It's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Qinheng by an adeptus in the distant past. An early mechanical device. Located in Qinheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protect...
Mr. Zhongli really knows.
Apparently not quite. This...
The Coco Goat is a legendary animal. An adeptabeast.
Did you want to add anything else?
No, just that the Coco Goat is a legendary animal. An adeptabeast. What it looks like. Don't know. Where to find it? Don't know either. Where it keeps...
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista. Perhaps we will find some clues.
What the heck?
A cocoa goat. Sounds like a chocolate goat.
Honey, you won't get better.
Steady as stone.
Da, 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 da. Is it far from here? Nah, we're like better. Might as well just. Actually, probably gonna be on top of there, isn't it? It's like I'm thinking it's like on top of there and not on the road. It's probably fast travel. See, otherwise we'd have needed to climb this thing. Now we can just like fly down.
It's huge! Paimon can totally believe it took an adeptus to build this. But how do you operate this thing? Just think how much strength you would need.
It is currently inoperable in any...
Aw, what? It broke?
After millennia of wear and tear, even adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli, use your unlimited high society knowledge
Yeah!
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite who's only...
A bourgeois
Let me
parasite?
think for a moment. Ah, yes. Spare parts were made for the Guizhong Ballista when it was... As I recall, there is a military supply post from that period somewhere inside the... If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong Ballista.
So, what you're saying is that you actually understand...
I have a smattering of knowledge on the topic. With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
Where is that supply post? Here, post...
Like something in there. Like that arrow.
Ah, these parts look useful. One moment. I will try to repair the device. It is done. The Guizhong Ballista is more intricately designed than I thought.
Ooh! Now how do we turn it on?
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Over here we have... nothing. And over there... more nothing.
Just what do you think you're doing? So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what, exactly?
Not a turret. A Guizhong ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question. It's just good manners.
Ha! Are you blind or something? You're looking at the leader of the treasure
Oh my
hoarder,
god, it's Freckle
old
Huan.
man. This area's supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device, but trust me, it's got a mind of its own. Last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys. A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our backs for 2 seconds, and you've already gone and repaired it! The next thing you'll be repairing is your faces! And that's if you get out of this alive!
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an Adeptus for selfish gain. Disgraceful behavior. It is not we who need reprimanding, but you.
Yeah, he needs reprehending.
Want to take my hammer? As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Leave it all to me. Someone needs assistance.
Should. Broken.
I'm out.
I need my ulti so I can get healed again.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
The hunters become... Did it really have to put me down here? Couldn't they have like make the slope a bit less diagonal? Okay, let's like knock at him, knocked over the edge because they might survive. No! Everything I tried to do and I end up doing it. Everything I tried not to do happened. He didn't die, did he? Damn it!
The hunter
becomes the hunted. The hunter becomes the hunted. Guys, I have returned. Now please do not fall over any ledges because I swear to God, you guys are doing it on purpose.
Have a little taste.
Good night, Juun. Leave it all to me. I swear by my sword.
He's died, like, not gonna stop. He, like, literally ended up inside the thing.
I got careless. Fry! Want a taste of my hammer? You're open! You're open! You're open!
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
No!
You're open! You're open!
Hear me.
Should replace my armor. Get out of here. I'm out.
You know, that was harder
These
than
little lights
expected
didn't
because
know
they
who
kept
they
falling
were
down and I
messing
had to chase them.
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time. We should focus on our contract with Chi-Chi.
Oh yeah, that. So we've got the Guizhong ballista working, but where's our Coca goat?
A search using the Guizhong ballista revealed no significant life forms nearby, save for the usual wildlife. What's more, a contraption built using Adeptus technology should have no trouble detecting an Adeptabeast, as Chi-Chi put it.
Which means... Paimon wouldn't go that far. We did something positive,
I didn't say
right?
anything!
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Boo-boo.
Explain that we could not find a Coco Goat, and review our next step.
Good idea. We did our best, and that's what counts.
Alright, let's go back. I'm gonna... fast travel there. You're back. You left. Your soup is finished? You didn't notice that? I noticed you haven't talked, but I didn't know you left. You didn't say anything. He left. You could have just sat there in silence and watched the entire time. I could not notice you were gone. No, I mean you didn't say you were gone. The audacity, the I am hurt. Our trust in him is misplaced. And you had questions. Do you think we're gonna answer your questions now after you had the audacity to just leave us here?
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no trace of the Coco Goat Adeptabeast of which you speak.
What a disappointment. Don't worry about it. But I feel very disappointed.
I feel very disappointed.
Oh, poor Chi-Chi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
What do you need the Coco Goat for?
Coco goat milk is tasty. So tasty. Much better than normal goat milk. Only an Adeptabeast could make such tasty milk.
I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. I cannot remember the name of the milk. That's why I wrote it down. Where did I put it?
Do you like
Here. This is the name. Coconut milk.
Coconut milk. I want some goat milk. It sounds delicious. Kason, thank you so much for subbing with a Twitch Prime. 34 months in total. And on a 34-month streak. You are awesome. Let me put on my cat ears and give you a roar. Roar. Here is also a heart. And let me put your name on the board. Ah, that hurts. Sora, you literally stepped on my bruise. I bruised myself. Ah, you ruined it, Sora. Jeez. Like I said earlier, the board is full, okay? If you want to be on a board, then you just have to deal with it being full. I don't get out of full plate. It just hurt. You stepped on my bruise. Shoot.
Huh?
More Juun. Also, you cleaned your couch. I have cleaned my couch. And that. I wanted to clean everything.
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an equitable agreement with this zombie child, when perhaps I should have undertaken further due diligence.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyue proverb goes, all things are random and, so how are you supposed to predict anything? Literally no one could have seen this
already.
coming.
I do not. I want to have her. She's super adorable. I saw her running the other day, and she runs the Naruto run. My question: do you think rolling for characters is a good idea, or weapons? I think.
Excuse me, everyone. Did Chi-Chi say a bad thing?
Oh, sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
It all begins with the fruit of the coconut tree.
No. Impossible.
Seems Chi-Chi took
I
this
think it's
pretty
probably better
hard.
to roll for characters once there's a banner up. Unless you really need a certain weapon, they're like, oh my god, I need this weapon. It kind of depends on what you want or what you need. I wouldn't specifically roll for weapons personally, but that's my opinion. To be fair though, having 5-star weapons would be grand. That would definitely increase your DPS. But some of the best in slots are 4-stars, so.
Someone learnt a valuable life lesson today, then. Thank you all for looking after my little Chi-Chi.
Might I ask who?
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baiju, boss of the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Paimon thought Chi-Chi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around his neck. What a sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even more of a simpleton than Chi-Chi.
Because I had my team and the characters I roll suck anyway. So I was thinking about rolling for weapons because if you get a weapon, it's definitely something you can use. While rolling for a character, I might want Dialog or Kiki. I want Kiki or Dialog too.
Ah! The medicine! The snake is speaking! I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee from the medicine cabinet, for I am a living, breathing serpent!
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three, communal chaos causing Chi-Chi aside, what business brings you here?
Do you sell everlasting incense in this fine establishment?
Everlasting incense? Why, of course we do.
Whew, at last. Things are finally starting to come together.
3 million mora. Top quality. Guaranteed.
Aw, too bad the Chising have taken it over for now. Security will be tighter than usual.
3 million. An innocuous number in and of itself. Though practically speaking, it could be a hard sum to come by.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much mora. And as for Mr. Zhongli, he's around 3 million short.
This is correct.
No shame.
What are we gonna do? Is this the part where we go crawling back to Child?
20 minutes later.
Coco Goat! Coco Goat! My sides hurt. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you fell for that.
Hey, less laughter, more sympathy.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. In return, I'm more than happy to sort out this mess you've managed to get yourselves into. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. Forgive my audacity, but I see a great many opportunities for us to collaborate in the future. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk, the Fatui could help by setting up a robust and speedy distribution network.
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but so much fuss over coconut milk?
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Chi-Chi wants
I
coconut
want
milk.
coconut milk too. Have you tried listening to the... I have actually not. I don't even know if I could change voices in this game.
Ah,
I mean, I
yes,
guess
of
I
course,
could. because
Chi-Chi.
the voice
Anything
acting is
you
really off.
want. Thank you, Child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense, too. Let's say 2,990,000.
As a discount, so we only have to pay 10,000 mora?
That's like zero difference from 3 million.
2,990,000. Also an innocuous number in and of itself, though practically speaking, it is a whole 10,000 less than the original sum of 3 million. Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju,
We're gonna get
little Miss
pay him
Chi-Chi.
999,000? 90,000?
That lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope? What have I missed?
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well, well, well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House? If not the I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liu saying goes, the walls have ears.
Respecting cultural heritage. I want some cocoa milk. Cocoa milk. Wasn't it Todd who really likes coconut milk? We're gonna call it from now on Go-Goat milk, and he will have no clue what we're talking about. Probably was Todd. He always get like angry at me that I don't like it. Or actually no, I never had coconut milk. I just don't like coconut water. Cocoa goat milk. I want some cocoa goat milk. I actually never had cocoa goat milk. But cocoa goat water is cocoa water is disgusting. Cocoa goat water. You hate coconut? Is cocos? Is that from coconuts? I kind of like that on chocolate.
Well, as it stands, we've hired helpers, and we've acquired the everlasting incense. The completion of our preparations is not far off.
Whew, finally!
Well, traveler, have you gained anything from our adventure so far?
Not.
Odd. Which is it, I wonder? The questions that such travels raise are ever so complicated. Well, I'll leave you to ruminate over it yourself. As to remuneration for your help, I've decided...
See you later, Space Monk. Cocos is coconut, yes? Okay, I didn't know that.
to treat you to a meal.
Amazing.
Oh, yes, don't worry. I will remember to bring the Mora this time. Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole-in-the-wall, praised throughout Liyue.
Hole in the wall? As in a cool restaurant?
Indeed. Let us meet near the harbor, at third round knockout.
Is it like a hole in a bathroom stall? Brexit. Not a Brexit, but a Rexit. Wait until the appointment. Okay. At the harbor, right? Well, just let's wait here. Okay. A hole in the wall. They are considering adding cosmetic options for characters in this game. At least, you had like the option in of requesting it in a survey they did.
Ah, you're here. There's no need to order.
Wow.
I've already done so.
Let's dig in.
Third round
Alyssa's
knockout is not for
hungry.
lightweights, like those taverns in Mondstadt. I ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for you, if that counts.
If it is to your liking, dear customers, I shall continue the tale of Lady Ningguang's Jade Chamber.
Hey, there's even a story
Wow,
here.
great atmosphere.
Besides fine wine, the excellent ambiance is the reason why this place is so well loved. But when I say ambiance, I refer to a different sort from the one the Tevat travel guide uses to judge other establishments.
As you all know, high above the land of Liyue lies a pavilion in the clouds, a palace in the mist. What does it mean
seen
to
that
have
one.
all-seeing eyes? This, my friends, Lady Ningguang's masterwork that bridges earth and sky. Imagine, the weather is clear, and you gaze down from the deck on the world below.
Wow.
Behold, the glorious sights of Liyue Harbor, stretching out far and wide. They say that when Lady Ningguang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her 3 closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted 3 to sift through sources, dig through documents?
Look at the cat
looking
face
for
of that.
information. Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady Ningguang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling blizzard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyue, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow.
Oh.
For the words of the Tianquan have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it.
She sucks. Not in a good way. She does. I don't have her.
These are but scraps of
What kind
paper,
of character is she, Nana?
and yet they guide Lady Ningguang's hand. Such is their value. Merely grasping one or two of them will surely gift you a fragment of her wisdom, enough to stay a step or two ahead of your peers.
Tianquan Ningguang. Feels like we're hearing this name a lot. Liyue locals talk about her. The Fatui hate her. She's most likely the one who hid the Exuvia, and we saw her at the Rite of Dissension. Huh. Paimon wonders what sort of person she is.
At last I have found you. You who returned from Juun Karst.
Who's
Who's
there?
there?
Wait, I am not with the Millilith, nor am I here to claim your bounty. However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Qixing. My name is Ganyu, secretary at the Yuehai Pavilion, and I have come specifically to meet you. Well, in concrete terms, I am the corporate secretary for the Qixing. At the moment, I am serving as Lady Ningguang's special emissary.
Ningguang sent you? We were literally just talking about her.
My apologies, you who have returned from Juun Karst. I am duty-bound and cannot extend my courtesy to you in full. But I have with me a letter from Lady Ningguang. She extends a formal invitation to you in her capacity as Tianquan. She invites you to her palace in the sky.
An official invitation?
Lady Ningguang said this. Invite her to come here. I wish to meet her.
I'm pretty sure we'll get her later in a banner.
At the Jade Chamber, together we shall snip every one of these entwining dark threads.
To be continued. No.
And with that, the emissary who called herself Ganyu just disappeared. But we've received an invitation from the Liyue Qixing. Paimon still can't believe it. We'll be meeting people that have way more money than Paimon could ever count. We should be on our best manners.
Payment's up to something again.
An invitation to visit the Jade Chamber is a rare honor
She has
indeed.
cool horns. She does. I like her too.
You'd best be on your way now. But don't forget about the rite of parting. Once you've finished at the Jade Chamber, meet me at Dihua Marsh.
Don't worry, we won't forget. Dihua Marsh. We'll see you there.
Calling dips. So you're moving dips on the other girl. Yes. Alright then. You're lost. You're lost. You're lost indeed. I guess the to be continued is to be continued when we actually go up there in the sky. There we go! We finished it, I guess? I mean, it doesn't even say, like, the other ones usually said that it will be continued. These are your character quests. I need, like, keys for these. I guess there you got it, guys. We finished this story for now. I guess the next part will be added once we get more story-related DLC updates or whatever we're gonna call it. So I think it's actually a good thing that I finished the story today, because tomorrow I want to play some World of Warcraft because of the new update. I want to call it up. It's definitely an update. I just, yeah. But I need like one more. Where's the last one? Souvenir shop? I think I got them all from the souvenir shop. Where's the souvenir? It's over there. Let me go take the souvenir shop first, and then do the other 3 side quests, daily quests. Really fast, I guess. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wait now until later. I do need to get like I still need to like level and everything. Yeah, no, I got all of everything in here. I guess it's like a story related quest then. Or I'm missing one at least. Just a possible. What do we need? I need a new book, I think.
Jewelry's out of stock.
Actually, I was gonna check out the WoW update already today, wasn't I? But I'm not sure if it's already working. You have a great 3-star book for Barbara. I have a 4-star book for Barbara, the best in slot for her currently. When I sub Barbara out, the next character gets additional damage. Oh, nice. That's actually pretty decent thingy. That's a pretty decent thingy to have. What is my adventure? I'm looking at that. Actually, I can probably see here. Wonders of the world. Let's claim that. Claim that. Claim that. Pirates are. We need to do that. That. Good sign. Find sign if I'm going this way. I don't really think. Well, I think these are side quests pretty much. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.